guys, this is Boondoggle.
Yeah.
This is it.
Oh, let's start. I'm ready.
No, I'm ready.
Hi, Bo. Wait,
He's like the guy over the fence.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Peekaboo. Where's Peekaboo?
You guys, I tried to get ready really quick and I did my ice roller because I looked like hell. And then I was like, quick, I was like, I just need some mascara. Literally poked myself in the eye.
Oh my God,
with
the worst.
the mascara wand. So if I'm blinking uncontrollably, that's why it's burning so bad. But do you guys know the trick with these? Do you guys ever use these?
No, but my dad is absolutely obsessed and it drives him nuts how expensive it is. But
What
he's
is
So
it?
expensive. But they had it at Costco.
What
They
is
had
it?
it.
Wait,
they had
John
it at
has
Costco.
a tip.
Go to Walmart.
Costco had a 3-pack.
Hi, John.
How much was the 3-pack?
Girls.
I don't remember, but I don't even know if they have it anymore because I bought, like it lasts so long. But Eden, it's like to whiten your eyes.
It's really good.
It works
I
really
should
good.
probably
like to
get that.
whiten and brighten
Yes,
them.
you
Yes.
should. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's gonna leave you with no
John is really talkative today for someone who
Me
didn't want to
too.
be a part of our podcast.
I know.
I'm trying to get out of here.
Yeah, sure you are.
Get
Come
Come
out
on,
on,
of
John.
here.
Give us a peekaboo.
Yeah,
All we can see is a hairy arm.
Peekaboo,
Oh
John.
my God. Funny story about Harry Arm.
I'm taking this.
Okay.
Give me
can
that
you-
money, John. Give me that
can you
money.
tell
John,
the story
Are you
about
giving
your
money
Harry
away?
Arm?
No,
John's
no,
always giving
Come
me
on,
money.
John.
no, that's ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean, who would enjoy the story?
I don't know. We talk about literally nothing and we have thousands of viewers. So
I mean, thousands.
We are nationally syndicated.
Stop it.
Internationally, sorry, internationally syndicated.
You got a lot of hits, right?
yeah.
How many?
Yeah.
John.
How many hits?
I don't know. That last reel got like almost
3,500.
4,000 or
Yeah.
something. It's up
That-
to.
What?
I told you.
John, give us a peekaboo.
What are we talking about?
They
Give us
want
a little
to
bit
duck
of
in front of
you.
the camera so they can see your face.
No, whoa, see this? No, I won't do that.
I don't know what he
You
was
don't
going
wanna
to
see
say.
that. I just saw it in the mirror. You don't want any part
Give
of
us
it.
a little, give us some of your guns. We keep seeing your arm pop in.
Yeah,
Come closer.
my gun's 80 years old. Stop.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
taking this. I'm leaving you with nothing but big bills.
Of course you are, John.
We'll
All
take the big
bills.
ones. We'll
All
take
the
the
big
big
bills from John.
Let's stop. I have big bills in my bag and like $18, like a 10, a 5, and some ones. So he took the 10 and 5 and some ones and he left my big bills, not his.
Oh, bye.
Bye, ladies.
Bye, John. Madden, Papa John. I hear Papa John. Madden, who's home, just laying here, looking totally
Wait.
fine to me.
Thursday is take your child to work day. Are we bringing our children to the podcast?
Olivia
Meredith doesn't have-
definitely doesn't do that.
Who?
Olivia
Olivia.
doesn't have that.
Oh, well, she's going to miss
Maybe we could pod at 2:30 and you can pick her up then.
You guys, this isn't our job.
out.
It's one of our jobs.
I mean, I feel like it's a job sometimes when I'm up till like 1 a.m. trying to.
So she
That's your
could-
choice.
Yeah.
You're a psychopath.
Yeah.
and you would never allow us to do it. So
No,
let's
no.
be serious.
Ever. And you probably had a vacuum on your back when you were doing it also. So
Yes,
how's my drawing going?
I like it. It's good.
And how much less did I interrupt you during our meeting because I was coloring instead of interrupting you?
Yeah, but
But we had to interrupt you to pay
No,
attention to our
I
meeting.
participated when I had something valuable to add.
You guys, look what. Okay, first of all,
oh,
My
it's so cute.
favorite mug. This was the first. What is her name? Dunn. Ray Dunn
Ray done.
mug. You know who got this for me? Well, first of all, because my Instagram handle is Confessions of a Momster. Heather Castillo, Heather Stecker Castillo, that went to Nova with us, got that from Supermom blog. What's her name? What's her?
I don't know.
But I only drink iced coffee. So, why is Madden home? Eden?
Madden went to Islands of Adventure yesterday on his 5th grade trip.
Oh, I totally
and
forgot.
Oh yeah, you did send us a text asking for tips and tricks at
Yes.
Universal, but I didn't really have any.
I don't know, whatever. It didn't matter because he was like, with his whole group the whole day and all the
We
things.
have so
My
much
tip
fun.
is
He had
he's tall enough.
so
for-
much fun, and he went on all the fun rides.
My tip, can I give you a tip post trip for next time?
What?
Make sure that you ask your partner ahead of time if
Oh,
they
yeah.
like roller coasters. 'Cause, like the
Oh.
one time Harlow went and her friend was like, "Oh yeah, I don't like roller coasters."
We had long conversations beforehand, and I was like, there's two ways to do this. You're going
Yeah.
to have the worst day ever, or you're going to have the best day ever. And it's so funny. So I get these random texts all day from like the chaperones, like
Did any buses break down?
No.
Every single time my kids have gone,
Everybody made it
someone's
home by
bus.
10:30. I was like
Oh my God.
shocked.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So and Madden's like the kid who's up all night. Like he's he never goes to sleep early. Like even when he was a baby, he would outlast the bigs and stay up forever. So I told him, if you want to play hard, you have to work hard. And so we go to school the next day. Like it's a school day. You're going to school. So he comes in this last night. He's like, I'm so tired. I'm like, you didn't sleep the whole bus ride home. You had your own seat, but you decided to play video games. Like you could have slept. And then he was in bed by 11:08. I have a text from him asking me to bring him water. And when I got to his room with water, he was out. And that's
First
not
of all,
any-
wait, stop.
Yes, he texted me for water, but he was like so tired. And so I just
Okay.
brought him his Owala.
I can't.
I can't either.
Wait,
And-
can we talk about this for a second?
What?
What were you doing at 11:08 that you were like, yeah, nothing better to do? Let me go get him a glass of water.
Well, I was taking Penny out because I had just gotten home from picking him up from school. And so he comes in this morning. I'm not the morning mom. Like Evan takes him to school and does all the things. And he's like, please, can I stay home? I'm like, no, you play hard, you work hard, go to school, you're going to be fine. Your teachers are going to be tired, your friends are going to be tired, go to school. So then what?
All this is giving me is
Wrong
that you were
answer.
not an elementary teacher at a school that did overnight field trips, because here's the reality.
We did field trips and we went to school the next day. We did Islands of Adventure with our kids and we did Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
Really got
Every
it.
teacher
So
inspired.
this is the picture I get from Evan
What the
on the
hell
way
is
to
that?
school of Madden. He is under a blanket like a corpse. And so then he gets to school and he has the best guidance counselor ever who I love. Shout out Sarah. who,
By the way, she follows us and subscribes and all the things.
Aw,
Yes.
thank you.
she said
Sarah.
we're in her top 3 funniest podcasts to listen to.
Yes.
2 behind New Heights. So I think the Kelseys need to meet us. I'm just going to say. Okay.
Yes.
So she
Maybe
texts me.
We can have them on our show.
He's, he gets to school early because he's a patrol. She's like, Madden is in tears. I let him go into my office and shut the door and lights so he can sleep until the bell rings. I'm like, this kid. So then she and I go on and on and
So
on. in
you
these
bring
texts.
him water at 11:08. His guidance counselor brings him in her office to take a nap before school. Okay.
Yeah. And then through these texts and texting with other moms, realized that he's the only one there besides the kids who didn't go, including the principal. And so then I went and got him. And here he is in my car after I picked him up, laying down. And now he looks fine. He's laying down, but he's like, looks fine. But she was like, no, there's no learning going on today. I was like,
Or I would have to,
I
argue
mean,
any day.
as a former elementary teacher, you're the worst parent.
but like, those days are like
Yep.
so fun. He probably would have helped the teachers clean up. Like he's Madden. Like he would have been fine. This is 2 stressful mornings in a row for me, by the way. Yesterday, my mom's
Why?
fucking
Oh.
cat.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
That
This
was
is a
lot.
whole,
We didn't hear this whole story yet.
oh, right. You didn't.
No.
You know,
I didn't
so-
at least. I don't know if Amy did.
So,
I do know the end. I know the punchline for sure.
so the
Is it
abbreviated version.
anticlimactic? Because you cannot tell the story unless it's anticlimactic, because that is our specialty.
No, Amy tells the anticlimactic stories. Sometimes mine are fun. No, I mean, for
Remember
those
when
of you who
Eden
know,
was like, this is going to be a podcast all about making fun of me? We should keep a tally.
first
Make-
of all, the cat thing has nothing to do with me. Like I'm just a victim
No,
of
the
circumstance
comment.
here.
the comment of anticlimactic.
Okay, but what happened? It was your mom's
on.
cat?
Okay, so for those of you who know
Well,
my
you don't
mom,
have a cat
she's
anymore.
like
A
the
cat.
best, and she does a million things, too many things, which is where we're going with this story. So she gets home late at night and she goes in, must have opened the garage. She has the litter box in the garage and the cats have like a cat door into the garage. And she left the garage open and she has 2 cats who are her life and her babies, Druzy and Onyx. They sleep. I mean, she loves these cats. Like she lives for the cats. I know some people aren't into cats. She freaking loves her cats.
I'm not into cats.
So she knows that Onyx was sleeping on her at 3 a.m. and at like 7, Elise and I get a hysterical text that Onyx is gone and she
Oh my
is out of her mind. Elise obviously flew over there. My poor mom is like hysterical going through the neighborhood with a broom, hitting all of the bushes, screaming, crying, Onyx, come out. She has to be at work. And my sister's like, go to work. I'll stay here. You go to work, like blah, blah. My sister calls in. I go there. And my sister proceeded to sit on my mom's front stoop.
Wait, your 8-month pregnant sister? 7?
Oh, yes. She's like
Yes.
8 months pregnant and she is sitting now on my mom's stoop. So now I'm driving the neighborhood. I go to the golf course behind my mom's neighborhood. There's one neighbor that has a door open a little and feeds cats outside. So I knock on that neighbor's door at my mom's request, give them my number. I mean, all the things. And then I'm looking at my sister and I'm like, I have to work and like, I can't sit here and like stare at a garage door all day praying that a cat comes back. Like Amy and I were on the phone. We read a bunch of stuff. I called a pet detective in Miami that Amy found the number for.
Shout out Jamie Katz, pet detective.
Jamie
Oh my
Katz, pet
God.
detective. She has the highest success rate of anyone in the country. I did
does.
leave her a message
What
that my
the
mom.
hell does a pet detective do?
Thank God, I
Find
don't
missing
know.
Stolen pets. She works a lot with stolen pets that are stolen out of
Oh.
people's yards.
Wow.
So then I leave.
is
I'm
she like Ace Ventura?
Yes,
baby.
but she's Jamie Katz.
Oh my
and
God.
I was like, Kat's
that
like
her real
my last
name?
name or Kat's like CATS?
Wait, is that her real last name?
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
so. It's KATZ.
Oh my gosh. Which is how
Okay.
your name should be pronounced, but that's another
We know.
episode.
100%.
Okay.
So, my sister's pregnant, so she can't deal with the litter and everything. I make a new litter box for the second cat, and hopefully Onyx will come back at night. Like she'll smell her stuff and she didn't get far and she's not
Her
hurt.
stuff.
And she'll want to be fed and all the things. So I like set this all up and I'm like, Elise, I can't sit here all day. She's like, I'm going to sit here. I'm like, okay.
Okay, bye.
So I leave.
Pause.
Okay.
So now Eden just got knocked down from first child to second child. Elise has moved up to first child. Go ahead.
Correct.
In the favor.
So Ryan brings her laptop so she can work from home. His mom's in town.
Ryan is Elise's fiance as of this past weekend
And-
baby daddy.
And by the way, is
Congratulations.
he like, what the F is happening?
Oh no, his
That
mom's
I'm
here
bringing
from home,
you your laptop.
so you can
No,
look for a cat.
He's all in.
He's all
in.
in. And his mom's here from Iowa and she wants to come help look for the cat. So
Which is
now
fantastic.
Ryan and Chris go to my mom's. My mom is at work, hysterical, got to work and left her car running with her keys in it because she is a mess from the cat situation. And Ryan and his mom go there. They walk the neighborhood and then they're finally like, Elise is like, okay, I think I should leave. I was like, yes, you should leave. Like if Onyx is going to come back, she's going to come
But
back.
leave the garage door open?
Leave the garage door open so that Onyx
Or like a
can get
little
in.
bit or like the whole
Yes.
A little
little
bit.
bit.
Yes. And hope Jamie Katz calls me back, which she did, but I didn't. It was a message and I ended up not calling her back because. So my sister's like, okay. So she asked my mom if that's okay. My mom's like, yes, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. So Elise is like, all right, I'm going to leave. Ryan leaves with his mom. And my sister's like, I'm going to drive the neighborhood one more time before I leave. She goes around the long way in my mom's neighborhood. And when she goes back past my mom's house, Ryan in his car is stopped. And Elise is like, why are you stopped? And he's like, because this neighbor just came home and said her dad told her that there was a cat in her bush when he went to work this morning. And if it's still there later to feed it, it's literally across my mom's driveway in the bush that I walked by 600 times looking for this goddamn cat. And there was the cat. So wait, it gets better.
So now Eden has dropped to third, Elise has dropped to second, and Ryan, the
Ryan
fiance and baby daddy, is number one of the
Oh my
Dubois
gosh.
children.
Yes. So did you hear what Amy just said?
Yes.
Now you've dropped to 3, Elise is 2, and
100%.
Ryan is number 1. Oh my
So wait,
gosh.
it gets better. So now, pregnant people and cat scratch fever and the litter box and all that
Right,
stuff's
right
like
now.
not a thing. So Ryan gets the cat from the bush, gives it to my sister. It scratches Elise, didn't break the skin, so she's fine. Gives it to my sister. My sister's like, she's scratching me. You have to hold the cat. My sister realizes she does not have a key to my mom's house because she gave her keys to Ryan's mom, East Fort Lauderdale.
Oh
So my sister, 8 months pregnant, has to get on her back and army crawl under the garage
Amy.
door.
Under the garage.
To put the cat back in the house. I was like, why didn't you put the cat in the car and let Ryan go under the garage door? She's like, we were so stressed out. We didn't think of anything. Da, 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 da. Oh my God. And so we call my mom. Ryan sends my mom a picture of Elise holding the cat. My mom's like, me and Onyx are
Okay.
gonna talk when I get home tonight.
So this is what
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest because we had to get a new garage door opener.
I
It's
know
one
what
of
you're
the
gonna say, and it's
smart
already
ones.
already done.
Okay. And then you can open it, close it. It tells you, like it alerts you if it's been
Oh
open
no.
for a certain amount
One
of time.
step further, because
Yeah.
of Bo, Amy's techie husband. I texted Bo and was like, can you please send me whatever my mom needs so her garage can close automatically after a few minutes of no motion? He sent me the 2 pieces on Amazon and she ordered them yesterday. 1 piece came between 5 and 10 last night. One will be there today. And tomorrow
Yeah.
Gavin is installing it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So stressful. I literally was like, I can't.
I
that was
want to
a
know
lot.
more about Jamie cats. I mean, I don't even like cats. I don't have any pets.
I don't think she only
But
does
do you
cats.
remember? But do you remember when we had Guinness and that dog? I mean,
Oh, ran away
it
every
would
day.
ran away every day. It did
Every day.
it never wanted to be with us, like for the
No.
whole
And didn't it
17 years.
Always run to the same neighbor.
Well, that was Sweet Pea, but Guinness,
Oh.
when we lived in the house on New River, that dog would just freaking run out the door
All
and
the time.
down the middle lane of Riverland Road, which was so
Crazy.
busy.
It's like
And
a
I
speed
would be running out there. One time Nick's sister was visiting and I was at work and she was like, no, I ran for like 2 hours trying to find your dog. She's
Oh
like,
my
it just,
gosh.
I mean, you would open the door this much and it would just shoot right out the door. And then Sweet Pea, yeah. When we moved 5 houses down, Sweet Pea didn't want to live at this house. We would let her out in the backyard. She dug a hole under the fence and would go back to our old house every single time.
And then
And
where
the
did she
person-
move with that guy?
Well, so the owner of the house also they lived in Missouri. He had a business here and a business
Right.
there. And literally he was there for 6 weeks doing work on the house, on the inside and the interior of the house. And he would call me or text me every day and be like, your dog's back, your dog's, and Piper and Harlow
We were like,
small.
Amy, Sweet Pea does
Yeah.
not want to live with you anymore. Like it's
No,
time
Piper
to
and-
get rid of Sweet Pea.
Yeah,
Trying to break
Piper
up
and
with her.
Harlow were small at the time. And so I'd put them in the freaking double stroller. And it was only 5 houses down, but I'm not leaving my kids at home alone. So I'd put
No,
them in the
Sweet Pea
stroller.
weighed like 5 pounds.
Not even. She made like 3 pounds.
Yeah,
Like,
this
so we'd go
dog is
down
this big.
there with the stroller and I'd get the dog, I'd bring her back. But every time I let the dog out, Guinness couldn't get under the fence, but Sweet Pea was so small that she was able to get under and she'd go back until after like 6 weeks. And he was going back to Missouri. And one day I showed up at the house to get Sweet Pea. And there he is on the couch with the dog in his lap, petting the dog. There's a dog bed. There's a bowl of food and water. He's
Yeah.
gotten like organic, fresh, whatever food. I'm like, no wonder the dog doesn't want to come back home. So yeah, so in the end, he was like, I really love the dog. And apparently the dog loves me. And we have
Not
acres of
you.
land in Missouri and we have like 2 or 3 other dogs. And would it be weird if, I took the dog back with me? And I was like, listen, the dog clearly doesn't love us. It was never mean to the kids. Sweet Pea was never mean to the kids, but not interested in playing with them. They weren't interested in playing with her and loved the dog, but it had a much better life after
It barked
it went
too
to
much,
Missouri.
Amy, with all due respect.
Yes,
that
it
little
did
thing
bark.
was like,
But so did Guinness. But they would send me pictures. That dog had a different outfit every day. It had special snow boots. They'd send me pictures of the dog out in snow boots. I mean, it was
Can you
very
little
well
dog
loved.
getting snow? Like it must have been so cold. It had no
so good.
meat.
Oh my
on
God.
its bones.
No, it had like full turtleneck
Oh
sweaters
my
and snow
God.
boots. I mean, they would send
So
me
we're talking
pictures.
about a 3-pound dog with a turtleneck. Like
Yes.
this is like literally.
Yeah,
it's always
Sweet Pea had a very nice life after she left South Florida. But
after
it
she was
cold.
done being a Battaglia for a
Yes.
minute.
She
my
didn't
gosh.
care about us. Amy, you said you had a bunch of stuff that you
I
wanted to
did.
talk to us about.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Amy and I talked last night about things we're not allowed to talk about on the podcast. Whew.
Such as?
Well, we can't talk about it on the podcast, but I mean, you know what the topic is. What's the only other topic that consumes our life?
Anyway, back to the pod.
Which
What are
is,
your-
so you guys know that after the game on Friday night, we drove Olivia down to South Beach so she could go to her dad's event.
And I thought she didn't want to go this whole time.
She was like so back and forth, but you know how that is.
And then a Friday night game is like
a Friday night game.
And
And
it
I think it
was
was
a big
stressful. I know she wanted to go. I think she was just in her head, like already
It's gonna be
exhausted
so
from the
much.
stress leading up to the
Yeah.
game. The
mhm.
game, whatever. But she had her bag packed, whatever. So she goes down there. It's a huge event. It was very cool. She got to meet Flo Rida, like the whole 9 yards. And anyway, so they ended up staying down on South Beach. And the next morning, why did she have to be back? Oh, because
Elise's baby
We had
shower.
Elise's baby shower. So my phone rings at like a little before 7 a.m. And it's Saturday morning, like I wasn't awake. And I was like, hello. And she must have been yawning. So I thought she was crying. And I was like, what's wrong? And I realized how early it is. And my child does not get up. Like she
Ever.
can sleep forever.
2 o'clock, 2
It's
p.m.
amazing. She's amazing. I envy her. And she's like, nothing. She's like, nothing. And I was like, why are you up so early? She's like, I'm on South Beach. I'm like, what does
Did you
that
have an
mean? Like,
all-nighter?
yeah, you just got back from the club. Like, what do you mean? Like, but she was not missing that shower. She does not get up early for anything, including
So touched.
I know she was super
She's the
excited to be part
best.
of it. And then
Yeah.
I told her on the way home, I'm like, look, that's exactly what a baby shower is like. Like you're gonna probably experience a lot of those as you, God willing, get older, you know, older. And-
Older. Emphasis
older.
on the older. My mom's like, it's so like everyone's like, how was the baby shower? And she's like, and she got engaged, which sounds so awful, but she had in vitro to get pregnant with her then
But
boyfriend,
I don't
now
even
fiance.
think these days you need a
It
disclaimer.
doesn't matter. I know.
Yeah.
It totally doesn't matter.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
just a sign of the times for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, live your best life.
Hell yeah.
I just remembered.
You do you, boo.
Correct.
I've witnessed one other engagement. Do you guys know which one that was?
Sarah.
Yes.
Oh my
Because
God.
remember,
This is the
Steven-
most fantastic story ever.
because
I don't
Steven was
No.
Steven already in Hawaii.
Yeah,
Steven
yeah,
was
he
already
was
in
gone.
Hawaii, and
Sarah is Amy's younger sister, not
Yeah.
youngest.
Not the youngest.
Yeah,
Wait.
2 years
And the
younger.
youngest, Heather, who has gotten shout outs, apparently hasn't gotten enough love.
I
So-
know.
Heather.
Yes, we love you, Heather.
We love you, Heather.
you, Heather.
Heather is our favorite Herman female. Also, the only one that's still a female Herman besides Kathy.
Well, no, they're all still female. She's just the only
Wait,
one who's
what?
still Herman.
No, well, Sarah's a Ricker and Amy's a Battaglia. So
Yeah.
she's
Yes,
literally,
but they're
you know,
all
like that's,
still-
I
That's how we
don't
get
know. What about Candace Herman?
oh, Candace.
Sandy,
Oh,
Aunt Sandy.
right.
We
Candace,
do love
whose
her
name is
too.
Aunt Sandy.
Yes.
Like what?
Um, so Sarah was a senior in high school and Stephen was already in Hawaii and he mailed her ring and he was on the phone and I presented her to it and he proposed.
Then
They're still married.
I
they're
think,
still
wait, this year will be, okay, so that was
57th year.
1998. What
Oh
year is
my
this?
God,
What year
that
are we
is
in?
so-
2024. So 26 years, you
That's
guys.
so insane.
Also,
She showed us.
sure did. And Stephen and Sarah, we also love you.
Yes, we love you.
That was freaking crazy.
I can't.
Yeah. Anyway,
But I
that's-
think we were the encouragement to keep them together. Let's take a lot of credit for that.
yes.
She's like, I'm gonna prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Those bitches.
Oh my God, we were so mean.
Yeah, I think that's the only I've never witnessed another engagement. So that's fun. Olivia and Ellie, baby
Mhm.
shower and engagement.
Madden also
all wrapped
because
up in
all
one
the
in Madden.
boys came at the same time.
Mm,
He like
okay.
came to bring the flowers. And let me tell you,
Gavin
I've
wasn't there.
thought about this long and hard. After that proposal, I understand truly why it should be a private situation because, and I give Ryan,
I only saw the video and I understand.
right. I give Ryan a lot of props because he literally proposed to Elise in front of women that have known her since before birth and all the different chapters of her life up until now.
Oh, but it was so good to see all those women. I love them.
Regardless,
I
for
know.
him to stand up, for him to like propose to Elise in front of all those important women in her life, like the most important women in her life were in that room that day.
Yeah.
Like that takes balls. Like
Yeah.
it's, I mean, what if she said no? That would have sucked. She kind of waited a while. We were all like,
I know. I was like,
if you watch the
like,
video, I'm like,
yes.
Elise, you have to say something. Like, what are you
she
doing?
was just
Yeah.
like this the whole time. Like, oh my God.
I know. I know. I was getting a little worried.
He's for years joked every time he goes down to tie his shoe, wherever we are. Elise will be like, if you're not down there to propose, like, get up. This is ridiculous. So it's been like a long standing couple year joke. So he did go down to tie his shoe. He was wearing flip flops, and he had Ellie make a poster that said, this time he is for real. So while he was tying his shoe, he then said, look at Ellie, and Ellie held up the poster. Cute.
She was so
Aw.
excited and nervous, and it was cute. It was very,
It was very
sweet.
cute.
Cute.
It was
So
very cute.
Fun time.
I'm gonna have a nephew and a brother-in-law
All
Yeah.
in one.
all in one.
Amy,
fun.
you said you had other topics.
I'm
We're
looking.
counting on you. We're
Okay.
counting on you.
So, okay, I
You're
make a
fine.
conscious effort never to say this because I never want to be one of those people because this is not who I am. Like, it's not part of my personality. And other people who have this, it is completely part of their personality.
I'm so
I know.
excited.
I know. But when I say it, you're going to both be like, oh.
Another
So,
anticlimactic line from Amy.
Here we go.
Here we are again. Remember when this podcast is all going to be about making fun of you? And you have totally turned that, Eden.
What?
So I have a Tesla, which
my
I say
God.
cautiously because
I could have a whole podcast episode about just
Tesla people.
you
I
fucking
can't.
people.
I hate that. Like, do you
Yeah.
really feel like I'm one of those people?
No.
No, but your husband is for sure.
But
Like,
do
he
you-
might have started the fan club
but do you feel like Bo talks about his Tesla ever?
No.
if he's around the right people.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Listen, if I'm driving
Listen.
behind a Tesla, I already don't like you.
I can't.
it's
Last
but
night, you
like,
guys,
And if
I
you
was-
have a Tesla with like a Tesla license plate, like a Tesla themed license plate, we
You're
all
even
know
worse.
one.
no, right.
do you
We
know
all
who my favorite Aston and his Tesla? I'm
No.
not.
No,
I
you can't
can't.
stand it. This is why I
No.
don't want to say I ever have a Tesla because of people like Aston, who it's literally who they are. So I'm not that person. However, I have a Tesla. So I want to
Okay.
take a field trip
Okay.
Okay.
in my Tesla because I heard this thing.
What kind of field trip?
Listen,
Okay.
if you've ever seen a screen of a Tesla, like part of it is a satellite map of
Mhm.
where you're at, and the
Yeah.
other part is like a graphic of like the cars around you, the cars driving in front of you. If there's
Oh,
a
I know where
person
you're going
on
with this.
if there's a person on the
Did
sidewalk.
you see
if
this
a-
on TikTok?
Yes, for
Well,
sure.
I think I saw this on TikTok.
If you don't see it on
Okay.
TikTok, it didn't happen. Okay.
Right.
It's not real life.
So you'll see like people walking next to you,
Yeah.
on the sidewalk, whatever. They
Is
say
it pretty accurate?
it's extremely
It's
accurate.
very accurate.
To the point where, like, if it's a semi truck, you see the semi truck go by. If it's an
100%.
SUV. If
I'm
it's
only
a-
asking because of that recent accident that happened. In
Yeah, but
Cooper
it doesn't
City.
mean it's going to stop your car because
Right,
somebody's
okay.
there.
Okay.
Let's go
Um,
visit my dad.
So, who kills the punchline?
Oh, I'm sorry. She can edit it.
I can edit it.
I am like, I'm done.
But seriously, I think we need to keep it because this is the banter everyone needs. in
Go
their life.
on.
Go.
No, I'm
Amy-
done. That's it. Yep. We'll go
Amy,
to
come
the
on,
video
no,
now.
finish.
You're
She saw on
so
TikTok
annoying.
that if you
You
drive.
made fun of me, and now you made fun of me, and then you drop my punchline.
Listen, it was
You
taking
have to be center attention. Are you fucking kidding? We talked about your mom's lost cat for 75 minutes.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Go on.
Okay, Amy, where are we going in your Tesla? And I call shotgun.
Oh, great.
Yes.
So they say if you bring your Tesla into the cemetery, you will see like people on your screen walking around, and it's the spirits of the people.
I
in-
literally think we should get dressed right now and go. Like, I'm not even joking.
Where are we going?
My
We have to,
dad.
like-
We'll go to my dad.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know that we need to drive all the way there. We could just go to like the pyramid. Let's see if it works before we go to your dad, so we can like emotionally
Not be
prepare ourselves.
disappointed.
No, I think it would be weirder if we got there and there was like looked like a
Jerry, like with a
person.
Coke.
Right? Like I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God.
I don't
What
know.
if
If
it was
I have to
Oh
know
my
if it's gonna
God.
work or not first before I go see people I know.
Okay.
Why?
Like,
no,
why?
I think that would be like the best
What if
part
it
of it.
only
like
works
the
once?
reaction. Yeah.
I don't know.
Amy's scared. She's scored. We can take
yeah.
Evan's Tesla and go. He has one.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's scary.
Like, what if we saw like a person standing over your dad's headstone?
I mean, I think his headstone's too far away from the Tesla. It's like 2 rows in, but his brother's is right next to the.
I would be so freaked out, you guys. So
I'm not-
freaked out.
My grandparents are buried in Virginia, and then my nanny, she was cremated, so I don't really have anyone to visit here.
No,
Well,
we
you
don't.
could
My
drive
whole
into my
family
mom's
cremated.
closet. My mom has a whole bunch of
Drive in-
fucking
Oh, I could put, so maybe I should just get my mom's urn and just
Urn,
stick it next
yeah.
to the Tesla and see.
100%.
See if it works.
Bring her outside. Come
Bring
on,
her
D.
back.
Happy birthday.
Yes,
Heaven.
happy birthday.
Yeah,
How old would
No.
she have been?
76.
76.
This was the 6th birthday without her.
Oh, no.
Crazy.
Do you know that our moms, when were we? I think we were in high school because I can vividly remember in the playroom at 11860, my mom had her college yearbooks and we were on the phone one night late and we realized that our moms went to the University of Miami at the same time.
Yeah.
And they used to make a yearbook, which we thought was normal because we were yearbook nerds, but come to find out it's probably not. And they were in
rival sorority?
rivals. One was in the
That's
blonde
funny.
sorority, one was in the brunette sorority, and we found
100%.
like the yearbook with their like headshots.
Posits. Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Very funny.
yeah,
So,
and they
That's
obviously
funny.
didn't know each other, but it's really
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, we have a lot of stories like that. Remember what happened
Yeah.
with
I mean,
Barry
I don't think
Becker? Barry,
anything's a coincidence, you know?
Amy, you don't remember
know,
what happened when we went to Teresa Caputo with Barry in the car? I don't think anything's a coincidence either, Amy. And Amy and I were going to see Teresa Caputo because we like love
yeah, I remember.
that stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, listen, there's a teacher at my school who's going with her daughter who's in high school. Like it's in Miami. It's a pain in the ass. Like, is it cool if we all ride together? So we're like, we met for dinner at like Tacos Puppies, whatever it's called.
El Agave
Taco.
Azul.
Yes, we call it Tacos Puppies.
I was literally looking for it.
Yeah. And we're on the way down to Miami and we're just like shooting the
Just
shit.
kidding.
Like, who do you hope comes through? You know, like if we were to get anybody, who would it be? And Amy and I had our seats together and Barry and her daughter were sitting elsewhere in the auditorium. So I was like, my dad, you know, like obviously at that point my grandpa was still alive, but I mean, my grandparents, yes, but like, you know, I would really like my dad. So we started talking about our dads and I said, you know, my dad's name is Jerry. And she's like, oh my God, my dad's name was Jerry. And so we're like, we didn't really talk much more about it in the car ride there, other than if they say Jerry or Gerald, it's our dads and they're like having a party for us together. And this was their way of letting us know. That was it. So we go to Teresa Caputo. Sure enough, halfway through the thing, she's like, I'm getting a G or a J, like a Jerry or a Gerald. And Amy grabs my back. And obviously I'm like, fucking dying. It was not me. And it was someone who needed it much more than me, which is
it's a
how
really
these things
crazy
happen, in my opinion. It was a
Mhm.
crazy story. So after the show, we were like, oh my God, she said G or J, Jerry or Gerald. Our dads came through together. They're like, they were together. Like, that was so cool. And we were both like, just so happy.
Really.
So we're on the way home and it came up where we went to high school and she's like, I went to Nova. And I was like, we went to Nova. What year did you graduate? And she's like, 92. I think she graduated in 92 or 90.
It was
whatever
before
it was.
us. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, you know, I said, oh, my brother graduated in, and she tells me, she goes, I had a sister that was that age, blah, whatever. So then it goes on and I said, what was your maiden name? And we had obviously established that our dad's names were Jerry. And she said, Ray. And I was like, Barry Ray, Jerry Ray, Jerry Ray. I'm like, Jerry Ray from Chicago? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, Jerry Ray that ran the car show at the Miami Auto Show for a million years. She's like, yeah. I was
So-
like, my dad is Jerry Dubois. They were best friends as children in Chicago, like
So
got
great.
kicked out of Hebrew school together, like were nonsense, moved to Florida, didn't move to Florida together, actually. And when Eric Dubois was in kindergarten at Nova, his daughter was starting Nova and they reunited. And it was like the
Yeah.
craziest thing. So when I was a kid, we would go to the auto show and I would go in the back to Jerry's office. And like, we always had tickets and VIP experiences and all the things. And like, I knew Jerry as my dad's best friend, Jerry Ray. And there we
That's
were
so
at Teresa
funny.
Caputo together.
Obviously, I have some kind of connection and
Yeah.
I put them together.
You did. You were the
Yes.
connector.
I was the connector. Random, like that whole, it was like a last
But
minute.
it's not like that's what I, again, you guys, I know I keep bringing it up, but if you haven't, you need to go listen to Mel Robbins' podcast. They're so good, but she has a whole thing on there was one about like manifesting, but also it was about how like nothing is a coincidence. And once you start like realizing that, you're like it's everything, it like starts clicking and you start seeing it, and just how like everything in your life. Do you ever think about like going back and like if one single thing in your life
all
was
the time.
different, none of it would be the same?
100%.
What's that movie? Sliding Doors. It's one of my favorite with Gwyneth Paltrow. Did you ever see that movie?
Yes. Eden doesn't.
Eden?
No.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't not watch
called-
movies. I'm very selective.
It's
with them.
old. It's from like, I don't know, probably the early.
If
I
it
don't
wasn't a
know.
rom-com, I probably wasn't interested.
Well, it kind of was. It was with Gwyneth
Yeah.
Paltrow, and I think she's like getting. Is she getting on an elevator or is she getting on like a subway? And it's like the door opens and it's like she either gets on or she doesn't, and it
Right.
it takes you
Changes
both
the-
directions of her life. Like if she gets on and if she doesn't, and it
Yeah.
like what her life would be like depending on whether she got
She
on or
would've been
not.
Yeah.
I think that's the basic.
Not a coincidence.
Not a coincidence. Yeah.
Not.
Crazy.
I have to find the episode. I'm going to send it to you guys because it was really, really good. I mean, and I'm going back and like listening to a bunch of her episodes, but
Remember
she has
the
some really
books,
good ones. I don't even
Many
know
Lives,
who this
Many
lady is.
Masters. Remember the Dr. Brian Weiss
Yeah.
who wrote all of those books?
Yeah. We
Amy,
saw
are you
him
like into
too.
days?
Me?
No.
Oh,
Oh, Amy LaBarbera. Your eyes
No,
on it.
we saw him too.
We did, but I would like to read his books again, I think.
Oh,
They were
what's
so
his
good.
name?
Brian Weiss.
yeah.
Oh,
He's a psychologist who hypnotizes and brings people back to their past lives to learn lessons for their current
I don't know why you want to do it. We all know how you died in your past lives. So
brain frog. No, not
Yeah.
brain frog, real frogs.
plague of frogs.
yeah.
Mm,
I got to find it for you.
I
can't
probably have
remember
other
which
lives
episode
and
it
probably
was.
died in other ways because I have
Yeah,
some-
but I feel like you'll be so scared if they say that.
Jesus,
Or when they say that. I mean, frogs is a big issue for you.
huge,
I mean,
Huge.
it's it
huge.
stopped your life in many ways.
It makes me
See?
sweat. Like
Like
it's not
wild.
okay. I can't.
Wild.
Like I'm actually just got like
full cleanse.
Oh my gosh.
Literally full cleanse. I'm telling you, it's not a normal reaction.
you
So-
guys. I mean, like I've sat in my car and just waited for any neighbor that I know or don't know to come and clear
Yes.
my walkway.
I can't tell
I-
you how many
Frogs.
times we've gotten home at night and I've had to like get out of the car, chase the frog away, or else she'd just sit in the car.
I would. I mean,
Wait,
She would
when
never
did
open
this
the door.
fear start? High school?
I mean, I always didn't like them and was scared of them, but I never had to have somebody like I was never coming home alone until high school when I had my license. And
Yeah.
I would, and we
Yeah.
lived in the acres. So we had those huge bufo frogs all
Ugh.
over we had a huge front
So
like,
gross.
porch thing. And
Yeah.
they would just be up there. So
Ugh.
my dad always waited up for me, which we have pictures of him sleeping at the kitchen table. So I say waited up, like, whatever. I couldn't call the house phone. It would wake everybody up and I would be in so much trouble.
house-
Cell phones weren't like a thing.
For
So
our
I would,
13 to 18-year-old listeners, a house phone was a phone you had in your house. It was like connected to the
Attached
wall.
to the
It was like
wall.
plugged in. You could only walk so far until technology got better and we had portable house phones, and those
Yeah.
had a big
Yeah.
antenna and you could walk
I
around.
have a portable phone.
But yeah, now
So I
no.
would like
Who
try
has
to
that? Do you
flash
have a
my
house phone?
brights. No.
No.
I still have an outlet for a house phone because it was
Yeah.
never taken away, but I don't
Yeah.
have it.
So
But my
sorry.
dad, I would try to like flash my lights into the kitchen so that my dad would like know that I was waiting. And then in college
funny.
at the Zeta house, same thing. And I mean, obviously come home late. And if I came home late alone, I would literally
God.
wait until somebody else like coming home, didn't matter how drunk or whatever the situation was. I was going to
Never
be
got
like,
out of her car.
there's a frog. Can you please help me?
Oh,
You
yeah.
have iguanas, right?
Fucking
On
hate
your
'em.
lake? Oh my
All
God.
the time. I
Disgusting.
send Penny out. She chases them. She gets she'll never bite them. She gets close enough till they jump in the water.
Right.
And then she backs away because she's so scared.
I mean, why do we have so many iguanas
Picking of the
now?
trees.
It's terrible.
No, but I think that it like was a thing. Like, remember when we were in high school, people started getting them as pets?
Yeah, that's exactly.
And then
what
they just started releasing. They were like, yeah, we
Yeah.
don't want this pet anymore.
because they
and
get too
started
big.
releasing
because
it.
Lenny
not
had
big
Lenny
anymore.
had the first one I remember in
my
high
gosh.
school.
That's
And
so
it was
funny.
so big and his
Yeah.
I remember
Disgusting.
exactly where his like cage
Yeah.
thing was. Hi Lenny.
Disgusting.
He probably will
Yeah.
never watch this, but
Duh.
Luckily, I mean, I know on the lakeside of my neighborhood, they have problems with it. And,
Yeah.
you know, people have
Problems
pellet
with
guns
it?
and chase them
They're-
away. And
Yeah. The
Every
problem with
day.
them is they're not indigenous, so they have like no known predator.
yeah.
So they're like
Very
killing our
invasive.
ecosystem, just killing
ugh,
it.
remember when it gets cold here and they fall out of the trees because they freeze?
Yes.
Switching from coffee to water, guys. That's how
I
long we've
finished
been
mine.
on.
I finished mine too. I mean, it's almost
Yeah,
12 o'clock.
you guys are such. I like refuse to drink from a straw, and you guys drink from a straw all day. So funny.
Amy,
I know everyone says it's gonna give me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me
I think
too,
I'm
but
done.
I can't. I will not drink enough water if I don't drink from a straw.
I know I have to drink from a straw.
It's so funny.
And then of course, I drink my coffee cold or iced, so
That's
from a
straw.
straw.
I
It's
can't even
saving
imagine taking a
Stains
sip
on
of
my
iced
tea.
coffee. Yes, but you'll still get them behind, so you have to really
Yeah,
brush behind,
yeah.
Mhm.
whatever. But yeah. Oh, I do want to say that if you guys listen, try to listen all the way to the end, because our outro is always, we choose somebody special that we feel like either can relate to the episode or it's just someone cool in our life that supports us. So
Yeah.
always listen to the outro.
But also, if you're subscribing and following and all the things, you get a notification when the newest one drops. So you'll get there's a new episode of the Boondoggled
We'll know if you
podcast.
didn't subscribe.
Yes. So I'll maybe make a note of that next time I post. on
Okay.
social-
I
Somebody
made
asked me-
flowers last night, you guys.
Be
Saw the-
quiet. You've talked enough. Somebody asked me today if I remembered the boutique scribbles.
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Yes.
A kids
Scribble.
boutique or a women's boutique?
Yeah, no.
It was
kids boutique
like-
from when we were little.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I
it was
do.
like-
I don't
but it was
remember.
like, you know, just like trendy, fun.
Was it by
Yeah.
Albertsons or
That was Ziggy's boutique, I thought.
Oh.
Do you guys remember Ziggy's?
Yes, I remember Ziggy's.
My
and
mom will
579. Do you guys
because-
remember?
Yes. And
Let's
then
ask
what
us.
was the spin art place called?
oh my god,
Everyone used to have their parties, right?
Yes.
off
What was-
Broward and 69th in that shopping
Yeah,
center?
what?
Let me ask my mom.
They thought it was by Galaxy. I'm
Do you-
like,
I remember we used to have
I don't remember scribbles at
chocolate
all.
making parties with chocolate
Oh,
molds and stuff.
Yes. Was
And the
that
painting
by
place, Plaster
was that by-
Carousel.
Tuesday
Plaster
morning
Carousel.
also?
I want to say it was.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I vividly remember that corner back there having like these places.
And
There
I
was, like,
remember like
pizza
having
place
sleepover
and, like, in that
birthday
corner.
parties and tie-dyeing.
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 I
at
love
birthday
tie-dye.
party. Yeah.
I love tie dye. Like love tie dye. Our girls went through a phase like that. Well,
Yes,
maybe it
they
was
did.
during COVID or after COVID. They were like outside doing all
Yeah.
that crap.
Yep.
Yep.
Definitely.
Making messes that and having purple hands for 6 years.
Bringing it back to the 80s activities because we were stuck
Yeah.
at our house.
Literally.
Yeah. Sidewalk chalk.
I don't
Oh my God.
I
all
wasn't sad. I loved it.
No, I loved it. It was like the
Yeah, I
best
liked
year
it a lot,
ever.
too.
I really loved it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we should have COVID
I know.
again.
I always say like
No, let's
it was
be
like
real.
it was like an extra like year at home with our kids that like
Yeah.
you
But
Definitely
now it's like a blip.
have.
It's like a blip of the past.
Oh my
Like think when
gosh.
I see pictures come up on my time hop, I was like, oh my God,
I
that's
know, but-
literally the craziest thing.
I know. Think back. It seems like forever ago. It was only 4 years ago. And then you think about the crazy stuff that
Oh.
like we had to do and people were doing and like, your groceries delivered and then wiping every single thing down with a
I
Clorox
never
wipe,
did that
like
ever.
and every single thing like
Bo worked so hard to keep Amy's dad alive. He would literally leave
Yeah.
some groceries, the non-perishables, in the garage for 2 weeks to make sure everything died
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah. Because I had just lost my mom died in
Yeah.
February of 2019. So like that
Yeah.
next year we were like in the
In
thick of it.
COVID,
but
yeah.
doesn't it seem like psychotic looking back like now it's just like yeah I have COVID, I'll see you at dinner tonight.
Well,
Like,
yes, but
nobody
it's
cares.
it's completely different than it was then. I mean, people were dying. The amount of people that were dying was insane.
I remember the first person in my
Insane.
neighborhood who died, and we like did a slow drive-by of the house, and it
Mm.
was like yellow tape all around, and like people standing vigil, not like the family who was
what a
mourning, but like not
weird
letting people
time.
in.
Yeah.
Like what a weird time.
I made my
And,
kids wear
like-
the mask to drive by that house in my
And-
car.
I mean, I still see people in their car alone wearing masks. I'll never get it, but it's really just a
Like wearing
weird
a condom
time
in bed by yourself.
history.
We knew that was coming.
But like,
Is it not?
do you think our kids will like fully remember that time? Like for us,
No.
it's going to be like forever such a crazy, weird time in history.
I don't think it'll
And-
be like for us, it's like, what the hell happened? For them, it'll just be like, it happened.
I got a
Right.
year off
But I
school.
mean,
like
like-
I spent a
Right.
year at home.
Yeah, it's just how it was for them, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, we spent a full
Do you know-
month on the beach.
How many times I would say to them, you guys, like, this has never, ever happened in the history of the evers. Never has like the entire world
Yeah.
just stopped,
Stopped.
like all at once.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you remember my sister was on a flight to Europe when the
oh, we
world
were
shut
so
down?
angry.
And I was literally out of my mind, never wanted to talk to her
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Eric and
we were
Candace
really
were in
upset.
in Costa Rica, like literally as everything was shutting
Shut
down.
down.
'Cause-
I was at
'cause-
SeaWorld on Ellie's 5th grade trip.
yeah, it
Olivia was at
Parker's
Post Malone in
spring
South
break.
Carolina.
Yes, she was.
She was.
So funny.
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
And the world shut down.
World shut down. Shut
And I
down.
remember it like, where were you when OJ Simpson chase happened? Do you remember where we were,
Yes.
Amy?
Battaglia or me?
You.
I think we were standing in Jamie Lynch's family room watching it on
Yes.
TV.
Yes. But we weren't just at Jamie's. We went to like a couple houses that night, and everywhere we went, it was like on.
It was on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to like, I don't know if we went to parties or to
I
hang
don't
out.
remember the chase, but I
I
remember
know. You remember
the verdict.
I don't remember the
trial.
verdict. I
don't
remember like they kept saying, you know, the jury's coming back, you know, and they would,
Yes.
and it was
Waiting.
like the whole for
Hours.
days.
Yeah.
Waiting.
And then-
waiting.
Raced home from school to watch the verdict. Oh God, he just died last week.
Michelle Parodies and I were in our freshman math class at UCF, and we were like, it was like the generic math you had to take because we were like, fuck it, we're gonna be elementary school teachers. We're not taking college algebra.
Yeah.
So we were taking like whatever this stupid math class was. We had like 100% plus, and the professor was like, "You two go to the dorm and come back and tell me how it ended." We were like,
Oh my gosh, that's really funny.
and we did.
You really didn't have to take college algebra?
No, we took finite math. If you weren't going to need something that needed college algebra, you didn't have to take it. My mom said, I said, do you remember scribbles? Kind of. I said, put your shirt on a thing and it spins your paint color. No.
I think you could do a lot of things. It wasn't just shirts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could add
Probably
rhinestones with
canvas
those,
So much
or-
fun.
with those terrible prong backs, and you had to
Yes.
like bend
Oh my
the fronts
gosh.
over.
Like
Yeah.
we had that machine. You like crunched
Yes.
it down.
Oh my God, she'll
God. My mom
definitely remember that.
rhinestoned a million things.
Do you know what
did?
my mom rhinestoned?
What?
Oh God, her
Skating
skating
outfits.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
hand sewed every single
Sequin.
sequin on. And we had full bodice of sequins often.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing she can still see.
No, she blames it all on us.
I'm
She used to
sure.
come in and go, "Can you thread my needle? When I'm blind, it's your fault. Can you thread my needle?" Every
Oh.
time.
That stuff is really small, especially like those bugle, like thin ones.
Yeah.
Not what they're called, Eden. Like the cylinders, the really thin
God.
cylinders.
God.
My God.
I have.
I mean, she definitely probably still has.
Does she still have them? I was going to
Of
say
course.
because I have.
I will bring one on to show you guys
every-
the intricate detail of what she did. And remember, there were two of us who skated.
Yeah.
She did both. And we had figures, freestyle, and dance. Every year we needed new costumes. And she hand sewed. She didn't sew the like costume. We had like a seamstress make the plain thing and
Like the
however
bodice part or
design she would
whatever.
want. Yeah. But she hand sewed all of the detail on. Remember though, she went to Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. She has a degree in fashion design.
She
That's
does.
what she
Can you
wanted to
tell me
do.
why I have boxes of dance costumes from since Piper
Still?
was 2 till now. Yeah, every single
That's
That's
so out of,
shocking.
that's so out of character.
Shut.
every single dance
You
costume.
need to call
Lisa
Get
does
Organized.
too.
Yeah, but
No, they're in a box with a label that says
But
dance
why do you
costumes.
want them?
I don't know.
Oh,
Why
okay.
do I want
Lisa
need
still
to-
has dancers though. Lisa still has
Yeah.
dancers
that are not 2 years old?
Yeah, they're
valid.
never
And
fitting.
valid.
Yeah.
We're never fitting those again.
But we
Amy,
both
you
have-
need to Marie Kondo them and touch it and feel
Yeah.
what it means to you.
You should
I mean,
donate it to
doesn't.
like
It's just-
preschools for
I just
dress
shove
up.
them. I know.
Or
Preschools
dance.
would love dance studios. Yeah.
Well,
Yep, that's it. I'm done.
yeah, we have some like actual work to do.
I know.
maybe.
But thank you all for coming wasting your brain cells again on us. Like I don't
Took my line.
oh sorry. Seems to be the theme of the podcast.
Heard for the podcast.
Oh yeah,
I thought we're all supposed to say things.
Yo,
you
well,
just said her
you-
thing. That's the
Yep.
problem.
What's my
Yeah.
thing?
The whole episode, right?
Well, anyway.
Well, next week when I come as a mute, you're going to be really fucking bored.
Thanks for wasting your time with us on this
And your brain
pointless
cells.
podcast with useless information. Eden's not allowed to
Even
talk
s-
anymore.
Even silent, she makes it about her. This is absolutely incredible.
And this is why we cannot be completely internationally syndicated because
Guys,
we contain explicit
wait,
content.
what? No, but really, what did that say? I can't remember. It was
It-
like,
The checkbox was, does this podcast contain explicit content? And I had
I
to
don't
click
think
yes,
that
and it
a
said,
shit or a fuck once or twice is what they're
Well,
talking about. I think they're talking
I-
about
there are
the
very
things that are
conservative-
seen on OF
no,
and
there's very
PH.
conservative.
No, there's
No,
very
but-
conservative countries that would never.
Oh,
I clicked
Very
more
cons-
info and it
I don't want to
said
be in
if
conservative
you
countries anyway.
if your podcast contains explicit content, it will not be available for viewing in certain countries. It didn't say which countries, that's what it said. But I had to click the explicit box because, you know, you slip an F-bomb here and there or whatever, or you flick off the camera. Like,
Would I be me if I didn't?
but it also asks if kids are on, you know, in the video.
No, which
But
is
we
what
don't have
have
kids
to-
in the video. No.
We're
So yeah,
separately
so we're good on
recorded.
that. But
Okay, I'll never curse
Anyway.
again, and I also will
No,
never
we
talk
didn't
again.
say
on
never.
mute.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
We didn't say never curse.
You're getting
I
the
just thought
silent
it was-
treatment, ladies. I'm gonna be quiet and demure.
Not
Anyway,
even possible.
bye.
Wait, no, let's see how long she can do this for. She's literally dying. Oh my
I
God.
Start a timer.
It's like, is that an option on Zoom? Let me let Bo know. We need a
No,
time.
so when I edit it, I'll put a little timer in the corner as to how many seconds Eden lasts without saying
She's like
a word.
literally bursting at the seams.
dying.
Like if she was like sewn together, see, like if she was sewn together, the stitching would be like stretched and popped.
All right, Amy,
All right, Amy.
send us out on this episode of the Boondoggled podcast.
Already done, friends. Already done. Thanks for
guess
coming in
that's
and
it.
letting us waste your brain cells. We really appreciate it. Follow, like, and definitely subscribe because Amy
Yes.
Battaglia is keeping track of all of our subscribers.
Well, not that
Yeah,
I'm keeping
let's
track, but it
subscribe.
helps.
She will come for you.
If you subscribe or follow, well, I guess you follow on Apple, you subscribe on YouTube, and I think you follow on Spotify, then you will get notifications. Make sure your notifications are on. You'll get notifications when our new episodes drop.
Yeah, because we
Be
do
the
get a
first to
lot of
know.
texts. Like, did you drop an episode?
Yeah,
It's like,
we do get asked.
gotta ask Amy because I don't watch it.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you next
Bye.
time. Bye.
The Boondoggled podcast is hosted by Amy Battaglia, Eden Cates, and Amy LaBarbara. It is produced and edited by Amy Battaglia. Intro and outro music by Jason Herman. If you like the show, and even if you didn't, please share it with your friends and be sure to follow the Boondoggled podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, and TikTok. Join us next week for another absolutely pointless episode. See you then.